Welcome back, trainers. So we have a bit of a surprise. If you haven't heard, we're going to be able to open our Meltan boxes every 3 days. And not only that, you're going to be able to possibly find a shiny Meltan. Let's go, trainers. So as you can see, I did find this little guy here. I transferred 50 rare candies into it. I was contemplating whether or not I want to power it up. If I did, it was going to land around, in its evolved stage, 1411. So pretty low, but it will be completely maxed out at level 40, showing its true potential. It does max out around, I believe, like 15, 16. So it is literally built for the Great League here. Not much attack whatsoever on its evolution, but it does have massive, massive defense. So that should, I don't know, hold up, I guess, in PvP. Who knows? But I'm going to hold off because I could possibly trade somebody, get a lucky, and spend a whole lot less Stardust. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into the news here. This is exciting. They already dropped it in here, and this is the first time I actually have opened up the news. So let's see what they have to say. Alright, so they go on to say, we have exciting news. The shiny version of the mythical Pokemon Meltan has been discovered, just in time to celebrate the Lunar New Year. The shiny version of Meltan will appear for a limited time. Then they go on to say when you're going to be able to get this from February 5th, 1 p.m. PST, so it's literally has begun here, until March 4th at 11:59 p.m. PST. Okay, so pay attention to those dates. Then they go on to say, be careful to not open it up before the event, but I mean, it's started, right? So time and dates, there you go. And once again, you can simply go into the news in your Pokemon Go app and see all this for yourself. Features: when you open a mystery box, you may encounter a shiny version of the mythical Pokemon Meltan. The time you have to wait before you open the mystery box again will be reduced, so that's going to be 3 days. So how are the shiny odds? Are you going to find one simple? And if you're wondering, what does the shiny version look like? Kind of more darker, it's like a bronze color there. That's going to be the shiny, all right? It's not going to be gold or anything, and it does have a blue tail, as you can see in the back. So yeah, Melmetal should be fantastic. If I get a shiny, I will be investing the rare candies. I don't know if I would put the rare candies into it, but I'm definitely going to evolve it for sure, just like everybody else. If it does end up being like, I don't know, 100 CP, it's going to be quite sad, but at least I'll be able to do something with it for the Great League, right? Although I already have a Great League one. I guess I'll just have to transfer that into Pokemon Let's Go and replace it with my shiny. So there you have it, trainers. Now let's go ahead and talk about what can we expect for the next mythical Pokemon. This should be exciting. Let's go check it out. So we're going to be going over what can we expect for the next mythical Pokemon, because currently we have Mew and Celebi. We also have Deoxys, which there was a lot of debate whether or not we were going to see this through the mythical breakthrough like Mew and Celebi or the EX raid, and well, it came in through the EX raid. Now, if you are a role player, you probably had some trouble and trying to obtain the normal form Deoxys because you had no other people to go up against it with you. But it's okay, because as time went on, we got the attack form, and you can in fact solo this. Even with the new increase of the HP for the raid bosses, you can still solo the attack form Deoxys very comfortably. So that is good news for people who don't have anybody else in your area. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on here. What can we expect for the next possible mythical breakthrough? Because we currently also have Meltan. But the thing about Meltan is, guys, and Melmetal, it was just a promo, basically. And it was a selling point to get people to buy more Switches so you can get the Meltan boxes. And, well, it worked quite well. And a lot of people went out there and bought the Switch almost solely for this Pokemon, pretty much. I mean, honestly, you probably played and had fun with the game and stuff, but a lot of people don't play that too much anymore. It's a great game. You know, shiny hunting is cool and all, but be realistic here. Honestly, I only turn it on now because I need to get that box and transfer Pokemon in there, or I'm doing that for somebody else. I would love to continuously play online, but let me tell you what's up, guys. There's so much, I wouldn't say so much, but there's some hacking going on online, and that is not my concern whatsoever, really too much. What I'm concerned about is the people who just quit out when they're losing every single time. I literally hopped on a couple ago. I was like, all right, let's play an online battle, and I started kicking their butt, and then they quit, and I was like, okay, fine. Let's go on to the next person here and see what we have. Started kicking their butt, and then they quit. So yeah, anyways, this is going to be about the mythical Pokemon, not Pokemon Let's Go. I'm just trying to let you know this one here is more of a selling point, marketing, right? So anyways, let's go ahead and discuss what we can expect for possibly the next mythical breakthrough in Pokemon Go. This is quite exciting because there's a few good ones here, so let's check them out. Alright, so we're over here on Bulbapedia taking a look at all of the Pokemon. So the next one that I think that we might be getting, possibly Jirachi, okay? So taking a look at it there, it's number 201. Now here is the real question. What are we going to have to do? Furthermore, what is going to be the most tedious thing we're going to have to do to obtain it? Because we've seen things like evolve a Magikarp for Mew, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these Pokemon here, because we already know, I went over this a long time ago on how to prepare for these, but I'll give you a little refresher. So we have Swablu, which is going to take 400 candies. That is going to be a possibility to have to complete one of those quests in order to continue on, or just one of the tasks at least. And then moving on here, we also have Wailmer, 400 candies, so that's another possibility. Make sure you have plenty of Swablu and Wailmer candies for when this does arise, because that is going to be kind of sad if you're going to have to collect all of those to continue on, because I've seen a whole lot of people back when the Mew first came out where they did not have enough candies to evolve that Magikarp, and that's what they were stuck on, as well as catch a Ditto, okay? Keep that in mind. And everything else here, I mean, that's pretty much it. Let me see. I think we have Milotic. That is going to be another one that you may have to do. Walk a Feebas 20 kilometers and then evolve it into Milotic. Because, you know how I was saying, prepare for the whole Celebi quest by walking your EVs and then just having them ready. But tricky Niantic made it so you had to actually walk the kilometers and then you would have to evolve it. So yeah, if you walk your Feebas and get it ready and you're thinking, okay, I'm prepared, you know, that may be an option. It might just say evolve a Feebas into Melodic, but at the same time, we're probably going to have to walk the kilometers. Just a thought, throwing these out there. So let's go ahead and take a look at Jirachi stats to see how it's going to stack up. We're here on the Go Hub. Let's go ahead and look at the stats here. So it is going to be a Steel and Psychic type Pokemon. Max CP 3,265, Attack 210, Defense 210, and Stamina 225. Alright, Jirachi looking pretty cool. Now this is a Pokemon I'm fairly fond of the design, I suppose. It's going to be weak to Dark, Fire, Ghost, and Ground type Pokemon. No double weaknesses, so that's a good thing. And it's going to be resisting Poison, Psychic, Dragon, Fairy, Flying, Grass, Ice, Normal, Rock, and Steel type, thanks to that Steel typing that it has there. Of course, a little bit of the Psychic as well. And now let's go ahead and look at its moves. Quick moves, Charge Beam, and Confusion. Confusion looking great with that new buff. The only thing you need to look out for is in PvP, if you decide to use it, that Confusion will have a bit of delay for you to hit that charge move of yours, because now that I've done a little bit more PvPs with Confusion, I'm starting to notice the pattern that it is in fact that move that is slowing you down from hitting that charge move, so that is something to note. Doom Desire, a double charge move, Steel type, 50 energy, doing plenty of damage. So Jirachi, in that regard, as far as the Steel typing, is looking great. Psychic isn't horrible either. It's going to be getting Stab as well. And then you also have Dazzling Gleam. So the move pool for Jirachi is looking absolutely fantastic. So Doom Desire, great, strong Steel move looks like. We do have Meteor Mash, and I personally did some PvP tests going up against somebody who had a Clefable using the new move Meteor Mash. And I'm going to tell you something, nothing was taking the hit and sitting there comfortably. Even if they were resisting it, it was still doing massive damage. And this is Clefable with Meteor Mash. That is going to be eligible for the Twilight Cup. So I urge you to go and test it out, because it is not going to be something you're going to regret, maybe possibly changing the move on or buying a secondary move for. Alright. And of course you can just TM the current move that it has to get that Meteor Mash on it. So yeah, anyways, back onto this one here. It's looking great, Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, and Doom Desire. So this is going to be exciting. Hopefully we can see this coming soon. Now, when do I think it's going to drop? Well, with these images I'm going to put up on the side here that Trails did find within the data regarding the Eevees and the flowers on their head, that possibly could, you know, correlate with it. But we have another thing coming in here that is going to be Shaymin, because Shaymin does have flowers, and there could be a whole like spring event revolving around possibly that and these new Eevee evolutions with these flowers on their head, as well as a Pikachu. So let's go ahead and look at Shaymin. Not so much the land form, but the sky form. So let's see what we have. Now in Gen 4 Pokemon for the Mythical, we have Fion and Manphy. We're just going to go ahead and pass up those for now. As far as Darkrai, we'll talk about that in the end. I have a feeling that's coming around 2019 Halloween season. And then we have the Shaymin Land and Sky form. So let's go ahead and look at the Shaymin, and I'll discuss my thoughts on when we will possibly see this. And then, of course, Arceus, the god, but I have a feeling that's coming with another EX raid. That's going to be switched up, but we still have so many other forms for the Arceus, so it's a little confusing as to what's going to happen with that. So let's go over Shaymin stats, see what it has going on for it. Right, so we are looking at the Shaymin Sky form, the one that's actually going to be useful. It's going to be a grass and flying type Pokemon. So we may be seeing this come in for possibly springtime, with possibly Glaceon and Leafeon introduced into Pokemon Go alongside it, with these flower designs on their head. Now, what do I think about Jirachi? When is that coming? Maybe for GoFest, okay? And then I already told you Arceus is probably going to be the next EX raid boss, but I'm still not too sure because that's a big deal to be releasing. So we'll have to see. It can be all kinds of types. There's something called, in the main series game, there's plates where you can put on the Arceus to make it become any type within the game. So that's very interesting, but we have nothing like that. So how is it going to work? Who knows? Anyways, let's focus on Shaymin now. Grass and flying type Pokemon, max CP 3,592, attack sitting at 261. Not bad whatsoever. That's looking quite nice. Let's just cross our fingers for a good moveset. Defense 166 and stamina 225. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and look at the weaknesses. It's going to be weak to fire, flying. It's going to be double weak to ice because it's going to be flying and grass type, much like Tropheus, and then weak to poison and rock. Resisting ground quite a bit because it's going to be grass and flying type, so that's a plus if you're trying to use it for PvP and you need some sort of Pokemon to be defended by ground types. There you go. Also resisting grass type with that flying type and grass as well, and then resisting fighting and water. Okay, now for the moves. Very exciting. Let's see what we have. Oh, yep, this is good. This is really good. All right, so we have it. Hidden Power. You could possibly hit Hidden Power Grass, and then you have Zen Headbutt. So no stab for any of that. And if you're wondering, what if the Hidden Power matches their type? Let's say grass type for this one. Are you going to get stabbed? I'm pretty sure no. It's still going to be the normal typing. It's just giving you that grass power there. And then for the charge moves, we have Solar Beam, Grass Knot, and Energy Ball, all of which is going to be getting stabbed from. So you have the massive hitting Solar Beam, which I do believe was nerfed a little bit. Let me know in the comments if that was really a thing. Then you have Grass Knot, as we know, is a fantastic grass move, and then Energy Ball as well. So we don't have to worry about cooldown. You're just going to be looking for the attack. So regarding Grass Knot and Energy Ball in PvP, they're basically going to be the same. So it's really up to you what you want. You're definitely not going to have to purchase a secondary move unless you want Solar Beam for whatever reason. There you go. Going up against raids would be probably more preferred to have Solar Beam. It's just doing a little bit more damage, and yeah, just in that regard. So Shaymin, looking fantastic, folks. Probably going to be seeing this coming in around springtime. That's just my estimated guess. Who knows, right? Just throwing it out there. So let's go ahead and take a look at Darkrai to see how those stats look. Now we have Darkrai, the Dark type, which is going to be the best Dark type in Pokemon Go, with a max CP of 3,739, attack 285, defense 198, and stamina 172. Looking great. It's going to be weak to Bug Fairy and Fighting, resisting Psychic, Dark, and Ghost. Okay, now the moves. Let's see what we have going on. Snarl and Fate Attack, stab from both of those. And then we have Focus Blast, Shadow Ball, and Dark Pulse. Focus Blast, not so much. Shadow Ball, yes. Dark Pulse, absolutely. So if you did want two moves, personally I would go with Shadow Ball and Dark Pulse, although you can definitely find some usability for that Focus Blast for sure. So when do I think this is coming in? Like I said, around Halloween. That's just my guess. It would make sense, right? For a mythical breakthrough around then, that would just be absolutely perfect for some sort of Halloween event. And as we've seen in Pokemon Go, Halloween events, can I say that again, are just amazing when it comes down to this game. All right, so there you go for Darkrai. Should be quite amazing. We did see Spiritomb for last year, and that was pretty cool as well. So possibly we'll be getting this one for next Halloween. Have Arceus. Here we go. If you're wondering, well, isn't this a legendary? No, nope. It's definitely a mythical for sure. Now this is just going to be its normal type. If we go up here, we can click all the different types that it can be. It's not like it's going to switch up its moves to our knowledge quite yet, but we'll just have to wait and see. So as it is normal type, it's going to have a max CP at a whopping 3,989, attack 238, defense 238, stamina 237. So absolutely rounded beast. And it's going to be week 2 in its normal form, fighting and then resisting Ghost. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at its moves here because this is very interesting. We have Shadow Claw and Iron Tail. Okay. Future Sight, Hyper Beam, and Outrage for its charge move. So Outrage being a double charge move, that's going to probably be within your best interest to go for if you're trying to use it in PvP. Future Sight, pretty strong. Hyper Beam, extremely strong. So there are your options. Pretty excited about this Pokemon, and like I said, we might be seeing this come in as an EX raid in a while. We are already on the second form for the Deoxys. We had the normal form. Now we're on the attack form, which you can in fact solo. So who knows when we'll see this. This should be a nice shakeup for the EX raids, considering Deoxys at the moment is very underwhelming. I'm even getting told by certain trainers that, yeah, I skipped my last EX raid. Yeah, I didn't go, or now I'm too busy, as opposed to the Mewtwo's. You're never going to miss it. You want to go every single time. I remember everybody was trying to get to those, but this Deoxys is very underwhelming. Only reason why is because there's not much usability for it, folks. Use it in PvP, it's going down in a heartbeat. Alright, using it in a raid, that's quite the investment for very little survivability, right? Yes, the damage output is very good, but it's coming down to its moves. It's like, you know, I guess, you know, the Psycho Boost is okay. Double charge move, doing a pretty good amount of damage for stab and psychic, but it's just not worth it in the end. There's other Pokemon that can survive longer and put off more damage because of that survivability. Now, when I was talking about Garchomp and comparing it to Dragonite, I got a lot of heat for not pointing out something very specific, which I kind of went over. I just didn't emphasize on it, and that is going to be, yes, Garchomp is going to have more survivability than Dragonite, and it's going to have an attack of like 2 less than it, so barely any difference when it comes down to damage output, and having the same move set as Dragonite itself should show some massive potential as well as longer survivability. So that should make for a great dragon type. Just wanted to throw that out there. Yes, I know. I hear you. I didn't emphasize on it. Anyways, there you have it, trainers. Hope you enjoyed this video. Pretty exciting. And I'm going to be opening up my box later tonight for Meltan. So look for a video. It's going to be up very late. So it'll be there if you wanted to watch it. Hopefully I get a shiny, and we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching, trainers, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.